So, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We are diving back in today. We've had quite the break, so I do apologize. We've had quite a hectic real life schedule between going traveling for a friend's wedding, Hemmy getting very sick, trying out the Unicorn Overlord demo. It's been a while since we were in Warhammer 40k. Hello, Otho! How are you? What are you sorry for? What's wrong, Otho? But I'm looking forward to getting back in and seeing where we are and what we're doing in 40k. You've got fat fingers and mistyped my name. Oh, Otho, I barely even noticed. I really do not mind. It's okay. I mistype all the time. I genuinely do not mind. When I see typos in chat, I just autocorrect it myself. You're all right. How are you doing, Otho? Oh, that's right. We've got so much to do. We've got to go find seals. We've got to save Aldari. I've got to figure out this map. What's happening up here with Kranak? Bringing Heinrichs to Kiava Gamma. Dealing with disrupted shipments. Making planetfall. Feel like we've got two lots of disrupted shipments there. You good? Finished for the day, chilling in Genshin, and then Final Fantasy VII, the remake, Otho. Oh, very good. I'm honestly quite tired. I had quite the headache for most of today, and it's thrown me off a little bit. But other than that, doing very well. Thank you. The thing is, I need to figure out a way to get us from point A here to point B over here, and that is looking kind of tricky. Now we've got a safe route all the way from Furibundus to Kranak, so I think what I gotta try to do is get up here, warp travel, and then take the safe route. Ship left hostile Imitarium. Yeah, okay. I'm going to be skipping over most of that. It's mostly fluff text, and it just takes up more time. Now, we didn't seem to find the other seal on Yanis, but I also want to move on, if I'm being honest, and I'd love to go to Kiava Gamma, see what's happening there. I also want to come out here and find the Aldari survivors. I'm not sure how we are going to do that. Maybe we need to try to get over here, in which case I think I can go all the way up to Mundus Valentius. No, I cannot. Wait, how do I get there then? Do I come back down to Furibundus? I think that's why I made all these safe paths, so that I can just nip about to the places that I need to be. Unfortunately, it does mean we are quite low on our navigator's insight. Okay, well, let's brave this dangerous route, because we're not going to be able to make everything safer. Oh my goodness, colony event. An important event has occurred in one of your protectorate's colonies, which calls for the Rogue Trader's personal attention. You can visit the colony and complete the event at any time. You can find out more information about all current events, demanding your involvement on the colony management screen. Why? I really need to remember that that's on why. So what happened? One of the Macro Cannon clans sounded the alarm. Bay's ventilation systems have brought in miasmas of a terrible disease. Even more horrifying, the dead are rising from their feet. It would be suicide for the troops to storm the bay. Only the fearless Lord Captain and her retinue. Wonderful, we can do that. We've got the whole squad here. Looking good, feeling good, on point. Nobody's ill. Until we go into this bay and catch deadly diseases. But for now, we're good. Now I'm trying a different lighting setup as well. I'll have to watch this back to see how I like it. It's a lot less lit. Oh, we do have... Okay, well, what was with that, Rogue Trader? We do have other guards down here. But we've also got a lot of plagued undead. What is that? Draft. Gifts of decay. Toxic type of damage. Healing unit instead of damaging. Alrighty, so they're all going to heal a little bit. Do we have enemies on the side? No, we do not. Alright, so straight down into the trenches. We can do that. And it's Cassia up first. We don't even get to position. Okay. Wait, do we not? No, we don't get to position. That's alright, we can deal with it. Oh my goodness. Now hold on, can we reduce the reality here, or is it stuck at 15? Only one way to find out. Okay, it's stuck at 15. That is less than ideal. Let's use Reveal the Light on Hemmy. Voice of Command as well, even though our Veil Degradation is so high, I'm still going to use my Psychers because my Psychers are fun. And that's how things go. We'll pull everyone into the middle there. That should be fun. Jeepers. And they were not happy about it. And we'll end things there. Pascal I am not used to using. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do my absolute bestest. What was this? Killzone Stratagem. That's right. Okay, so let's bring Pascal over here. I think this looks like a nice spot for him. And I'm probably just going to be plasma blasting. It's a lot of dudes, and I don't want him to get surrounded. Just yet, at the very least. So, oh, can you not see them? Oh, was this a bad position? It was too. Okay, tell you what, let's put Pascal up here. I should have paid attention to the lines of sight. And maybe we actually just debuff everyone or buff all of us. Because we are in good positions. Maybe we just take the buff. I'm going to put some extra dodge on... Actually, dodge doesn't work super well on him, does it? Let's put the front line right here on these stairs.
My vow is to serve.
My vow is to serve. And then, can I still shoot after doing this? Oh, we can. Oh, fantastic. That's not bad. Not bad at all, she says. Oh, okay. Cables coming loose all over the place. I apologize if I'm a little less energetic than usual. I'm just very tired. But I did want to stream. I did want to play more Warhammer. Oh, that was juicy. So here we are. Oh, Juliet, I have missed you, my girl. Okay, how are we going to deal with things here? I think this man has already got his target painted on him. So what we're going to do, Juliet's attack against the target at the start of her next turn cannot miss, so that isn't what I'm after. Hola, Freaky! How are you? Good to see you. What is this? Precise attack for the next attack against the target affected by an exploit, cover efficiency reduced, and extra hit chance. So why don't we try that? I don't know why I'm trying to get the big damage here. I don't need the big damage. Okay, speaking of not needing the big damage, let's just go for it. It doesn't look like targeting the other guy will do me any good, so that's just fine. And it looks like we should be able to kill this little plagued undead. Good God, she's amazing. Ha! And we will, of course, use In My Sights. I don't think anyone is going to be alive long enough. Oh, that is a chonker at the back, though. This is our friend. Very good. You're good, Frankie. Just got on break at work. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Hope work isn't going too badly for you. Oh, now Hemmy has a Molten Beam attack, which I am very excited to try using. The question is, how can we line it up just right? Let's use Press the Advantage. And then we will Molten Beam these two. Yeah, oh my goodness, that's cool. That is so much stronger than the other one. And then we'll run and gun. And ignite. Now, do I need to ignite, or is the other guy burning? He's not burning, so I would like... Actually, ignite is probably a waste against this squishier boy. Let's get the ticking damage going on this plague bearer. And of course the armor reduction. That's what we're after. You kinda sorta temp promotion, so it's good. Freaky congrats, that is wonderful. Even if it is just temporary. Oh, okay, there were a lot more. I'm really happy for you, that's wonderful. And hey, maybe it becomes something else.
Your blood will flow!
I'm loving these absolute terrible threats they're yelling, and yet
Out of my way!
it's all just towards this turret. Wait, did the big boy just heal everything? Oh, well, that's less than ideal, isn't it? Linchpin, what does this do, Shiloh? I have completely forgotten. Target ally or master tactician gains +1 resolve. Sweet. Who makes best use of that? We have 6 resolve. Pascal has 0 right now. I'm not sure why. Hemmy 8, Cassia 8, Yuliet 4, Jai 8. I think, you know what, for now, I'm going to put it on Shiloh, and then we'll start putting it on everyone else. A manager's going to be unavailable for a bit, and you're helping fill the role. Very nice, Freaky. Fantastic. Best of luck in that position. Now, how is Shiloh going to be able to help here? Because Shiloh still isn't the strongest girl in our arsenal. Perhaps one of these, line of sight? I don't think so. I think just an officer turn is going to be better in just about every way. If we could get a nice over-penetration shot on someone, perhaps? Like so, could be very good. Yeah, we could try something like that. Okay, before that then, press the advantage. And I think we just chill at the top of these stairs. There's no reason to be doing anything else. And we get a good shot off. Yeah, with a crit. No over penetration. That's okay. That's okay. I really wish I could find a better sniper rifle for Shiloh. But that's okay. One day. We'll get there. Oh, that's what I was looking for. You know, she's not terrible. She's definitely not terrible still. So that's nice. I feel like she's still perfectly competent. I haven't totally ruined her build.
My faith strengthens me.
My faith strengthens me. I'm not used to having my headphones on so properly like this because Hemmy's working at the moment. And normally, when he's playing with me, I have one ear off, and the headphones end up slipping back off my ears anyway, so I don't hear the game as well. Now I've got them on properly, and suddenly I'm hearing everything in the game. It's like, oh, the game's quite loud. Everyone's talking. Goodness gracious. Anyway, let's get my girl Jai in there. Oh, that's a juicy group up there, isn't it? Oh, I do like that. And follow my lead, of course, for the extra damage. What was defensive stance? Percentage parry until their next turn. Whenever the Vanguard parries an enemy's attack, they immediately make an attack of opportunity. I want to see if this skill works. So, yes, we're going to use it. Because I haven't seen it work yet. And I figure with this many enemies around, surely we might see something trigger. That was wonderful. Everything I was hoping for. Yeah! Oh, Jai! Unfortunate, that's okay. Turret, you are taking so many hits for me. I appreciate you. What can I do for you? You know, like, how can I give back? With everything you've done for me. Oh, now it's time to start buffing up everyone else. I think revealed the light on Cassia. And voice of command on potentially Jai down there at the front. I think she could definitely use the stat up. Then, oh right, I can put an officer turnout. Let's get Cassia to a point where she can see everyone. Say here. Looks good. And then we will try pulling everyone into a very specific point. Yeah. Oh. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Woo. I hope that didn't come through too loudly on the mic. For some reason, I did think Pascal was in there and would get an attack of opportunity. He didn't, but we still got everyone into position. Thank you, Otho. Appreciate it. We cannot reduce our veil degradation, so I won't even bother. We could stare at them, but I think what I would rather do... Let's give Jai just a whole nother turn.
Why navigators are feared.
You sure will. Thank you. I don't know if you guys are hearing the voice sparks as clearly as I am now. But every time I hear characters talk, I feel like I have to respond to them. Damn, okay. Jai just gets to clean up. This is wonderful. Can she also move? No, because she just shot. That's okay. What else can I do? Oh, I can get all three of these guys in a bit of a pistol spray. Yeah! Do I have to kill this particular plague bearer? Is that how we win? There's 2 plague bearers, though. That's a lot of enemies. And it concerns me. Okay, well, while we can, we're going to reload. Which doesn't actually take as much AP as I thought it would, which is excellent. Do I need to use follow my lead? No, that is just extra damage and armor penetration. It doesn't give her any defensive qualities. Alright, in that case, I might as well voice of command someone. Let's say Pascal. And wait, can I shoot again? Oh, of course I can! Because it's an officer turn! Yeah, very good. Oh, you're all getting hit, baby. That's correct. I could do a single shot against this guy. It's actually a decent hit chance for once. Woo! And it went through. Now he's toxified. The poison needle. Okay, well, it is something of a pity. Hold on, Cassia, can you get down here? And stare at the whole crew. Oh my goodness, you can.
Face the navigator's might.
Alright. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. I need the rest of this lot to get in there. They're causing me problems. Do I risk having Pascal get right up there? Or do I just put him here next to Jai? And assume that some of them are going to approach so that I can get melee attacks off next time. I think I just gotta assume that they'll get close enough. I'll move the front line up. Methinks right about here. Sweet. And I think then we will just shoot. Methinks that is how we gotta go about this. And I really have to get these plague bearers. Unfortunately, I can't get them both. That is a pity. And our hit chance is not good otherwise. Extra damage. Oh, let's try this. Let's hope it doesn't overload. Oh yeah, Pascal! Nicely done, bud. I was a little bit scared we were going to get our first explosion. Self-explosion with the plasma overcharge there. Woo! I think Yurliet's ability there got fixed in my sights, because it definitely didn't used to automatically attack. And it definitely says Yurliet's attack against the target at the start of her next turn cannot be missed. So I thought it was a buff, and it seemed to be working that way. But recently, it has actually been attacking, which I find very interesting, and I assume that is how it was supposed to be. Hello, Zenu! How are you today? Alright, so, seeing as I just said I need these plague bearers gone, this guy's actually very low, which is nice. So let's focus on the other plague bearer there. Where's his target? His target is not on the right side. Let's bring the opening to the front. I'm going all in on the damage for this one. We are stacking it up as much as possible. Analyze enemies. I'm going to use precise attack to boost her hit chance. And then we're going for killing edge. So we attack. It grants plus 40% dodge to the target. But if this attack hits, it deals an additional 14 damage. If it hits an opening, that's like an additional 28 damage. So I figure, let's see what our hit chance now is. Pretty damn good. Oh, there's another plague bearer. Good God. Okay. Take it away, Juliet. If I must. My lord. He's dead, right? Does he have any damage over time going on? Whenever the creature suffers melee damage, it erupts in poisonous pus, dealing 8 damage to all adjacent creatures. Gross. Foul. Keep it away, please. Zena, you hurt your hand and you've been downing Tylenol. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Okay, and then Yurliet can just... Oh, that was not as much damage as I was hoping for, if we're being honest. Okay, that's a pity, but he does have a lot of damage over time. He has a lot of damage over time active, and it still wasn't enough. Look at this. He's got toxic damage, toxin damage, although I'm not sure if that's actually doing anything. Hemorrhage, wart burn, armor reduction. To be fair, the armor reduction isn't like damage over time, but still. But Zeno, what did you do to your hand exactly? Oh, Hemmy, hello. What have I clicked? I don't want whatever it is that I clicked. If you don't mind. Okay. Hemmy, I need action points. Ooh, Kingdom of Cornea has seen better days. Yes, well, see, this is 40,000 years in the future of the Kingdom of Cornea, and things have gone intergalactic. And, you know, there's still a rampaging war of sorts. Our characters are, of course, not the same. They've had many babies in very Fire Emblem style, and now we use them on the battlefield. But Crimson Cantata, it is good to see you. You're taking down shelves in the garage. Now, did you cut your hand? Did you sprain your hand? What happened there, Zenu? So I very much am enjoying this Molten Beam, and the fact that I can get it through 3 of these really tough guys is exciting. Oh, Hemmy is going to love using that when he gets his hands on it. Very, very good. And now we can use Revel in Slaughter. Woohoo!
Weapon at the ready.
Right, Mr. Guard, go prove your worth. I'm very glad we're fighting this particular fight post-patch, so that they don't just shoot us in the back. Yeah, get that parry. Now see, Jai didn't shoot back. She's supposed to shoot back. I just don't think it works for pistols. I just don't think Vanguard is very synergistic there. A lightning bolt for the modern age. That's the one, Crimson. Zeni, you got a huge gash on it, and it's weird because it's not infected, but it is causing you a lot of pain. I'm sorry. Ouchie. You made sure not to get any splinters. That's good. And I hope you've disinfected it as well. Even if you say it's not infected, I hope you've put some... I don't know what it is in the US. I would say put some betadine on there, but some disinfectant of some sort. Now, we've definitely got to get linchpin on someone with a bunch of resolve, so Hemmy, there we go. You get that particular buff.
I'll make it happen.
I shall use Revel and Slaughter. I don't know why I had that available, but I do. Oh, that's right, because I killed 2 people last time. Woohoo! Press the advantage. Who are we going after, Shiloh? We only get 1 target. Never mind, we get 2. I don't know why. Maybe because when the new mobs come in, it kind of restarts combat? Wait, but doesn't that mean Hemmy should have had run and gun up and ready? That doesn't entirely make sense. Plague Bearer, focus, Flewt, focus. We need to take out the Plague Bearer. Okay.
If not me.
Who, if not me? Then make it you, Shiloh. Make it you, girl. Do your thing. Free reload, wonderful. Although you once used vodka to clean a cut. That seems particularly ill-advised. How did it go? It was the only thing at the bar. Ooh, you mean they didn't have a first aid kit? Yikes. So you got a huge gash. Oh, sorry, I did read that, yeah. Very good.
Break their morale. Follow my lead.
You know, I think we just got shot in the back of the head, so I'm not going to say what I was about to say. Because I was about to give these guards a lot of props. I was about to be like, these guards have gotten so much better since we started the game. But to be fair, they really have. Even if there is still the occasional friendly fire. Plagued Undead, and Plagued Undead, I think we got rid of the Plague Bearers. Woohoo! Those swarms of something do not look friendly. I'm not quite sure who to take Jai after. Maybe I bring her up here. That seems fair, and we just get like a fire pistol bullets down there. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Do it more. Oh, not like that. Damn, Jai. It burned. I bet it did, Otho. You were at a bar on an island in Thailand. They were missing a whole wall. Okay, okay. Right. Okay, that is understandable. I can see how maybe that bar wouldn't have a first aid kit.
You've got a problem, I've got a price.
Crimson Cantata, you remember when COVID first hit the scene and hand sanitizer was selling out? Tons of people tweeted that they were just going to use their Taito's vodka instead. And Taito's had to respond to each and every one that vodka was not, in fact, quite alcoholic for the task. Oh my goodness, very good. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's try a singular shot on this Plagued Undead. Hey, it did it! We did it! That's exactly what we were going for. Yeah, Jai's getting some really good parries in there. And then I think all that's left to do is... not be able to see him. Let's move Cassia up. What could go wrong, right? And we will...
Only that were possible.
What? Oh, Pascal already has voice of command. Okay. Who doesn't? Let's give it to Shiloh. Marvelous. And then we can pull these boys together. Ah! Oh, all kill that one. That'll do too. Now we could just stare at this one, and I think that will be just enough to make him feel the impending weight of his own guilt. And then he'll stop being a nuisance. Woohoo! Alright, we handled that. Now, I'm finding these fights a lot of fun. I'm very excited that we've leveled. But I'm getting quite tired of trying to be like, I need to get to that point on a map, and then spending about an hour getting there because we have to go through story or battle or something. along the way. And I get what the game is going for. I found it really fun at first. But when I've got such limited time, and when the game is already so big, it's starting to become quite grating. Because all I want to do is play some Warhammer, make some progress, and we are 40 minutes in, probably more like 30 minutes in, and I haven't done anything, because we got hit by a random battle. Anyway. Zenu, you just got into the final code for Dinosaur Cousin Squad, though, so level build starts on Tuesday. I'm not sure what any of that means, if I'm being perfectly honest, Zenu, but I'm happy for you. Your favorite COVID fact is that, ooh, whoopsie daisies, is when so many people were using non-COVID drugs that Merrick produced, that Merrick ended up making a COVID version, and nobody used it because they said Merrick had sold out to Big Pharma. It's ridiculous. It really is. Nuts. Now, oh my goodness, right, levels! Oh, and we get proper talents and everything. What have I put aside? Oh, hey! Oh, talents are kind of separated now. That's nice. That's really nice. Now, we know I need to be smart. Was there anything else from Voidborn that I should really be picking up now? I do crit a lot. Bloody Mess could be really good. Primary objective, assigning objective also makes the target suffer plus 7% more damage from any source, I think is quite good. Stacking the deck whenever the Master Tactician spends tactical advantage stacks on abilities. The critical damage dealt increases by 1% for every stack. Good lord, that's wordy, but that essentially says more crit. Wait, crit damage or crit chance? Crit damage. Okay, less exciting. What was Jinx? While a Voidborn character has more than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures in a 3-cell radius are increased by 10%. While a Voidborn character has less than 50% wounds, all chances of all creatures, including enemies, in a 3-cell radius are decreased. That's quite cool. I like that. It's not like Shiloh is ever surrounded by enemies, except when things are going poorly. I think that could be really nice. Within 3 squares, huh? That leans a little bit more into the supportiveness that I need out of Shiloh now. Sure. At the same time, primary objective does seem good. Just 7% more damage. But that's only rarely ever going to be relevant on tougher enemies, boss fights, of which there aren't a huge amount. So what do I do? I like Jinx. I like the support that Jinx gives there. I'm not spec'd into Medicaid. What is my strength? Persuasion? Demolition. Am I the demolition girl? I am very good at demolition. Lore Imperium, I think, could definitely use a boost. What's my athletics? Terrible. Oh my goodness. Let's go for the lore skills. I feel like as RogueTrader we should be very good with our Imperium lore. It's the platformer you've been working on for 3 years. Oh, I see, Zenu. The final code is finally done, so level build begins on Tuesday. That's wonderful, Zenu. Very pleased for you. Crimson reminds you of the Pixel RPG crosscode. The temple levels are full of puzzles, as is tradition. And it's not that any one puzzle is particularly bad, but maybe 45 tile puzzles in a row is too many. Exactly, Crimson, exactly. It's not that I dislike the idea, it's that it happens so frequently when I'm trying to do other things. Okay, feeling good about that, level up. Pascal, how are we building you, bud? Actually, do you get talents? You do. Good. How am I going to go about that? We've got Medicaid, awareness, tech use. His tech use is so high already. I don't feel like it needs to be that much higher. But the question is also, what else do I really build him into? Commerce, demolition, logic. I was our logic girl, but I do need to cover demolition, and I'm not really getting the logic option. So maybe I go into that for Pascal. And next, okay, Hemmy hasn't favorited anything. So let's go through all of this quickly, shall we? As quickly as we can. Adjusting frontline. If there are more enemies than allies in the frontline area, all allies in the area gain a percentage to parry and dodge. That seems terrible. If there are more allies than enemies, all allies in the area deal additional bonus damage. It's not as bad as I thought, to be fair. Crossfire zone. Using a stratagem on a frontline area grants allies increased dodge against enemies' attacks. Meh. Diversion zone. Point of interest. All combat tactics bonuses are increased by percentage if the area was not moved for 2 rounds. Redeployment. Every time a combat tactics area is affected by a stratagem, all allies in that area gain +1 MP. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really enjoying the areas, the like combat tactics areas of this particular class. So I don't know how Hemmy feels about it, but we really haven't made good use of it at all. Empathetic or emphatic? Meh. Zenu. What was blurred locus? After the use of combat locus stratagem... critical zone? Using a stratagem on a backline area grants allies in the area increased critical hit chance against enemies they're protected from cover from. How much would that actually work out to? Let's see. Int bonus. Oh, I hate how this is worded. Hold on. Okay, no, we can work with this. Int bonus is 6. Plus fellowship bonus is 2, so 8. Divide by 2 is 4. Plus 3. So it's like 7% extra crit chance. I don't know. Whichever is the proper one, Zenu. It depends what you mean. I think you meant emphatic. And you just popped some drugs, you don't have much investment in your words. I gotcha, no problem. What about disrupted zone? Again, I don't know if I really want to invest in these combat tactics. Oh, Crimson, yeah. Oh, I hate how this is worded. Is the RogueTrader saga. It is a little bit, isn't it? If there are no enemies in the backline area, the first attack in the turn made by every ally in that area costs 1 AP less. That's actually really good. That's not bad. Except for the fact that we now have a lot of AP. How? And we can only attack so many times. And by that I mean once. So, is it actually as good as I'm thinking? What about some of the other stuff? At the start of combat, the Grand Strategist gains 1 random unknown stratagem and can use it until the end of combat for 0 AP. Fascinating. I feel like that's a lot of fiddly paying attention, and because Pascal is usually played by Hemmy, I'm not sure it would get used. Not saying that Hemmy doesn't pay attention, more that he doesn't like busy work, which is what this kind of sounds like. Rerolls forced by kill zone stratagem are made with a minus 15% penalty. Stratagem on a combat area... First stratagem used in a turn can be used a second time for 0 AP. I'm sure... Crimson, jotting down Hemmy lore. Very good. I think we'll have to make a little wiki at some point in time. We've got some great nuggets of wisdom to add to it. Every time the Grand Strategist uses a stratagem, they gain a stack. Okay, sorry, just checking I didn't need to respond to that. Gains a stack of strategic perfection effect. At 6 stacks of strategic perfection, the next stratagem applies the benefit of all stratagems. What's strong point? It's all about stratagems. What's personal combat zone? Allies gain the ability to reposition the combat tactics area they are currently in at the cost of 1 AP. I'm not sure I care. Let's see, what is more specific to Pascal? Because I'd love to do something more specific to him. Especially as we're more using him like a melee DPS. So, calculated relations. Forge World... Oh, wait. That was the end of Grand Strategist. Okay. I very much like that these are now separated. Forge World characters can use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on intelligence instead of fellowship, which is great. But I think they're kind of covered by everyone else. So far, the lawbook is mostly puns, shoes, and poisoning co-workers with their consent. That is correct, Crimson, yes. You've been taking good notes. Forge World characters gain +3 deflection against the burning effect and flame weapons. Sure, it's not huge, but it's also not bad. Gain a stacking 10% bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a single target attack. Successful critical hits from single target attacks increase the hit chance and dodge reduction by 20%. That seems great. Yeah. That just seems really solid. While wearing heavy armor, Forge World characters gain +1 movement points and +1 deflection and cannot fall prone. That's pretty cool. What else do we have here? Ah, now this is Pascal specific. Pascal gains 6 movement points in the first round of combat. Every successful melee attack grants Pascal additional movement points. How have we not got this before? To be fair, movement has been much less of an issue as of late. But damn. All right. That's very helpful. Cannot fall prone. Lazal, get over here. I'm sure she can work on it. Aiming protocols. Pascal gains +3 times int bonus to ballistic skill and plus like 22 to dodge reduction with plasma and melter ranged weapon attacks. Hemmy, what have you been doing? Exposing communication. Pascal's attacks and effects of the expose weakness ability gain bonuses against enemies under the effects of Machine Spirit Communion, as if those enemies had 2 more stacks of exploit. Cool, a little bit too much of combining skills properly. When Pascal uses plasma or melt weapons first time round, he gains +1 AP. That's very helpful. Machine Spirit Scan Protocols. Machine Spirit Communion applies 1 stack of exploit on all affected enemies. That's awesome. Pascal using hardware acceleration. His little iPhone 3 is really working hard, you know? Manipulator Push. Manipulator Mechadendrite attacks enemies in close combat, pushing them up to 2 cells away and dealing weapon skill plus int bonus damage. Is that 8 plus 6? 14? It costs 2 AP. This attack has 5 times tick priest's perception bonus. 15% armor penetration. It's kind of cool. It's definitely kind of cool, but we like his melee stuff. So, not super sure on that one, actually. But it is a neat sounding attack. Overcharge protocols. Every time Pascal uses plasma or melter weapons, his damage with these weapons increases by 12%. Whoa! Stacks. If Pascal does not shoot for 1 round, he loses all stacks. That's definitely leaning more into his ranged stuff. Prediction protocol. Pascal gains percentage to dodge reduction and parry reduction with melee weapons. If an enemy dodges or parries his attack, the bonus is doubled for the next... Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the one we do. Scanner Mechadendrite. An additional servo skull connected directly to the tech priest systems increases their perception by 10. Amazing. Flat bonus. I love it. Oh, these are so much better. I'm so glad I came down to these. When Pascal is under the effects of Machine Spirit Communion, his melee attacks deal additional damage and armor penetration. Are you kidding? Yes. Amazing. For now, I want this extra hit chance. His melee attacks actually very rarely get parried, but still. Maybe I go for skirmish protocols instead then. 10 plus 12, so like 22% extra damage just on melee attacks? And armor penetration? Yeah, actually I'm going for this one. Utility Mechadendrite. This Mechadendrite is equipped with all kinds of tools to communicate with machine spirits. Increases tech use and demolition by 10. That's nice. We can work with that. Yeah. What's Plasma Weapon Expert? Just a flat 2 maximum damage. I feel like I should also... Oh, and he's got Melter Weapon Proficiency. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, Pascal, I see you. We can get you really set up here. Melter Weapon attacks gain +4 maximum damage. Sure. Let's favorite that. This is all good stuff. He could honestly use Nimble at some point, but that's not a huge focus. Power armor could be nice, but that means boosting his strength a good bit. What is his melee weapon? Is that a power weapon? Okay. I know what I'm taking, but let me just double check what his melee weapon is. Skirmish protocols. Yes, wonderful. Inventory. Pascal. This is a power weapon. Okay. There we go then. I'm going to go back into all of these. That's not me, that's... Sorry, that is me, that's not Pascal. And we're going to go back down here. Where was power weapon? Power weapon expert. 10% armor pen. Absolutely. Wonderful. Yes. Those are great skills. Aha. Oh, the Hemmy. What we going to do with the Hemmy? He last time got Molten Beam, which was very good. Crimson Pascal. I communed with the great machine, and it told me... Stab. Very good. Have I got anything favorited for Hemmy? A lot of stuff that's actually already taken, which is great. What was Backdraft? Whenever a psychic power used by the Psyker deals damage, a random enemy within 2 cells from the initial target suffers half of this damage. That damage does not trigger this talent again. I feel like that's actually pretty good. Relentless Blaze, when the Psyker is burning. This is not something Hemmy wants to spec into, so I'll leave that well alone. Subtle Manipulation can use a damaging Psyker power while being threatened by enemies in melee. This is actually very useful. At the same time, I continue to tempt fate by not taking it. Hello, Kaino! How are you today, Kaino? So what else are we missing here, perhaps? That could be taken. Oh, it's a lot of Master Tactician stuff, that's right. Begins combat with additional stacks of tactical advantage equal to the number of enemies. Pretty good, pretty solid, just all round. Brink of Death, Master Tactician deals 12% more damage to targets with less than 50 wounds. And heals plus 20% more wounds. Oh! For targets with less than 50 wounds. So this is essentially if he's healing or dealing damage, either way, it does more if you're under a certain health threshold. And that seems kind of great, actually. How goes the game? The game is good, kind of. I was having a little bit of a complaint because we've now been live for an hour and I haven't actually progressed at all since I started. I'm having fun, don't get me wrong. We had a nice little combat, but it was all like a random instance because I was trying to travel on the map. Nothing has actually progressed. But we did get to level, and I'm getting to learn about what abilities Hemmy hasn't been taking, but he should have been. So that's fun. Flewt had a complaint. I did. It's been a chill day. I'm glad to hear, Kaino. Very good. What's a hidden advantage? All the Master Tactician's abilities work as if Master Tactician has 4 more stacks of critical advantage. It's not huge, but it sure isn't bad. I kind of don't want to read more, like we don't have that many options here. What's comfort and conformity? Whenever an ally grants Master Tactician stacks of tactical advantage, that ally also heals 1 wound? What? Neat. Wait, how does an ally grant... How does tactical advantage work again? Ah, gains +1 stack every 5 momentum gained by the Master Tactician and their allies. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's just like a little bit of healing constantly. God, there's some really good abilities here. Maybe I should be taking that on Shiloh. What have I been doing with Shiloh? Hello? You have the same abilities, right? These are very good. Why are you not taking these? Okay, turns out I have also not been taking the right abilities. I think I might take Conformity and Comfort, and that'll leave Hemmy open to go for more Hemmy-specific stuff. Crimson reminds you of Dragon Age Origins, where you'd just be walking around a city and could be randomly mugged by a company of 20 warriors, 12 archers, 6 mages. Good grief, that's a death sentence. Every critical hit scored by the Master Tactician grants them momentum. Cool. Very nice. I like that. Okay, there are lots of great abilities there. What I want to do now is look at some of these. Blade of Light, force weapons, deal additional damage. We're not interested in that. A use of a heroic act by Psyker decreases veil degradation by 3. Psyker gains inscribed soul ability. It costs no AP, but deals direct damage to the Psyker equal to 25% of their max health. The next Psyker power used after this ability will not trigger psychic phenomena or perils of the warp, and will not degrade the veil. I see. Okay. I see how that could be used. Again, we like to tempt fate around here, so we're not going to take it. Obscured threat. While the Psyker is not in the target's line of sight, or the Psyker is in cover, all resistant tests suffer penalties. We've got our extra psi rating. Psychic Barrage has been taken. What's Sacred Rituals? Psychic powers have a 25% chance to regain AP spent on psychic powers when veil degradation is 10 or lower. That's kind of neat. That would be really good when granted an officer turn. But at only 25% chance, Especially when we've got so many other abilities we could be taking. Still mind, the Psyker's resolve is increased By willpower bonus, divide by 2 while Veil degradation is 10 or lower. That's damn good. That's real good. What about some fiery stuff? Burning Blood, Body of Flames. Gains additional armor rating against fire damage and half of this amount against las, melter, and plasma. When the Psyker uses a psychic power, all enemies adjacent to the Psyker suffer direct damage. Hemmy's not melee though, so that doesn't help as much. Every time the Psyker kills or scores a critical hit against 8 creatures in one combat, the Psyker's next attack, including attacking psychic powers, will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. That's a high requirement. That's a really high requirement. Nah. I don't feel like there's a chance for a single character to kill 8 creatures in one combat. I mean, sure, eventually, and at that point, you've probably already won the fight. Adrenaline Surge. On the first turn of every combat, all psychic powers of the Biomancy discipline cost 1 less action point. Cool. Honestly, Hemmy's got action points to spend, to be fair. Corpus Conversion. When an enemy adjacent to an ally dies, that ally gains a stacking Corpus Conversion effect. If multiple allies are adjacent to the dead enemy, one is selected at random. The Psyker's next psychic power that targets only the target with Corpus Conversion will work as if the Psyker's psi rating is +2 higher. Good grief. I don't think we're going to be doing that one. Very cool if we were really focused on buffing and healing, but we're not. It's kind of like a nice addition on the side, so meh. Deterioration. Whenever an effect applied by the Psyker increases the damage suffered by a target. Does that include armor reduction? This effect is increased by half. I don't trust that that would work on the kind of things we're doing. Because our fire reduces armor through means of talents. I feel like this is probably more talking about very direct abilities. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Pulse of Life. Whenever the Psyker heals themselves or another character with a psychic power or an effect applied by a psychic power, this healing can critically heal with a chance of 5 plus 16. That's actually a decent % chance. This critical heal chance is increased by all the effects that increase critical hit chance, and the amount healed is increased by the same value as critical damage. That's pretty neat, honestly. Sus math, it really is, Crimson. Sus description ability is what that is. Organized crime there was exceptionally organized. And Dragon Age, I can't believe I never ran into that. Or maybe I did. I honestly can't remember with Dragon Age. I remember I just tried to get combat over as much as possible. Which again, this was a long time ago before I really understood the combat. I didn't enjoy it. I think I would these days. But at the time, I did not. What's Sanguine Siphon? Every time the Psyker deals damage, they gain +1 stack of Sanguine Siphon. If the damage was dealt to a target adjacent to a Psyker, they gain +2. When the Psyker suffers lethal damage, the stacks are removed to reduce this damage by -1 for each stack, until either all stacks are removed or the damage is no longer lethal. It just has so many maybe what if. It's not actually a safety net in any way, as in like more of a maybe you did enough damage or hit enough targets to survive this lethal attack. Meh. Never was there a jankier RPG than Dragon Age Origins Sinner? You reckon? Even with Owlcat Games. Strange Vitality. When the Psyker's allies or the Psyker themselves are under the effect of psychic powers, They gain +5 toughness for each such effect. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, I think we've got a lot of very good skills here. And I don't think many of these really benefit Hemmy all that much. So let's have another look through, because there's some very cool stuff. I do think Backdraft would be really nice. Just extra damage around. Zangief, you think some people just live for the jank. Some people do. It's like a whole nother, you know, little layer of character or an extra game layer that you have to overcome. But also, Zangief, good to see you. I did really like Against All Odds. Additional stacks of tactical advantage is just kind of great, no matter what. It's always going to be helpful. I really like Brink of Death. Hidden advantage, all of the Master Tactician's abilities work as if they have 4 more stacks. I think is good. It's a little more average, but it's pretty decent. And whenever an ally grants the Master Tactician stacks of tactical advantage, that ally also heals 1 wound, which I think I'm going to leave to Shiloh to take that one. Hello, and probably goodbye so long, Zangief. Just popping in before you head to bed. No problem, thank you for coming to say hi. It was really good to see you. It is really good to see you. And I appreciate that. And if you need to be heading off, that's no problem. I hope you have a wonderful night. Then I don't care all that much for these two. Contagious Luck is pretty cool. Still Mind was quite good. But something we can take later. It's not like we need it this minute. And that is also good, but we are tempting fate. Pulse of Life I really like. Oops. The critical healing chance is just super handy. Relentless Blaze, when the Psyker is burning, the Psyker's Psi rating is increased. We decided we weren't going for that particular direction, so maybe I should just remove that from favorites. I think I'd like to take Backdraft. Oh, but we can take it later. How many talents do we really get? I really like Brink of Death for Hemmy. I think that works well with both of his abilities. So we'll go with that. They take more damage if they're under 50% health, and he heals more on allies who are under 50% health. Flewt assigning Hemmy's upgrades. Oh, another great upgrade for Shiloh. Well, yeah, the thing is, I don't really know what to do with Shiloh. I'm trying to make her more supporty now that she doesn't compete in damage as much. And considering there's so many good abilities for Hemmy, if Shiloh can take them instead, where she has less options, I think that's really handy. So that's why I'm saying it like that. But I realize how that sounds. Hemmy, oh, what are you doing, my boy? Are you Persuasion? No. What was I giving you? Carouse? Awareness? Lore Warp? Lore Warp is probably what we're after. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's the one. Hello, Idaho! How are you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Cassia! Okay, what are we doing for you, darling? Are you my persuasion girl? You are my persuasion girl. Well then, we keep going in persuasion, don't we? Sweet. Oh, and you have so many amazing talents we could take for you. She doesn't need swift movements, honestly. The other one we took for her, I forget which one it was. Was it Perilous Ways? No. It was something. Guide of Souls? Yeah, that gives her plenty of movement. So let's have a look at what everything else is. Enemies damaged by the navigator suffer additional damage from warp damage. I do think that could now be useful with more AP every turn. You're okay, Idaho? Does that mean there's no good food happening? I have Oblivion. Every enemy the navigator has in their line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 2 times perception bonus. Her perception bonus is pretty good, that's 12%. Honestly, that sounds kind of great. Mastery over time. Whenever a creature in combat gains an extra turn, the navigator gains a stacking +5 bonus to willpower until the end of combat. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not, like, game-breaking. Pass unscathed. If the navigator's perception is higher than their agility, right, their dodge is calculated. She really hasn't been in much danger. Navigator heals 6 wounds. Again, like, these are great skills. They just don't feel super necessary right now. Tenacity. Path powers deal +1 additional damage for every 5 bonus characteristic. Oh, wow, my brain freaked out about that for a second. Of the navigator's currently equipped staff. Again, could be good. Under my protection, allies that are targeted by navigator's abilities gain +5 to all resistance tests. I think I'm going to have to re-look through her skills again soon. But for now, we're going with Eye of Oblivion, so I kind of need her to have line of sight to a lot of enemies now. Juliet with Assassin. Oh, we only get a talent here. What have we got? Killing Spree. Whenever the assassin hits an opening, the assassin's damage is increased by agility 4 divided by 2, 2% until the end of combat. It's fine. It's not huge, but it's fine. You had leftover wings for dinner. All right, I got you. That does sound tasty, Idaho, but not quite as exciting as some of the other things you've told us about. Each successful dodge grants the assassin extra damage for the next successful attack. Each successful dodge. I'm not really having her dodge a whole lot. I don't know why I've got that favorited. Inevitable innovation. Each use of aim for the opening on the same target reduces the target's dodge and dodge reduction. I don't think I fully understood how she worked when I came through and favorited some of these. It is very infrequently that I'm using aim for the opening multiple times on the same target. They are probably dead long before that. But, I mean, even just once, from -10% to their dodge, is actually pretty good, now that I think about it. It means that she can use her other ability that grants the enemy dodge in exchange for more damage. It's just less of a benefit to the enemy. So, while not huge, this could actually work out quite well. Professional Acumen. The first use of an assassin ability costs 0 AP. She is not struggling for AP. Let's be real. Okay, let's go with this one.
Ooh,
Hello,
it's so
hello.
spooky in here.
It's spooky. The lighting is different. Oh,
Groceries.
that's a lot of rattling. Hello. There's a Hemmy. He's returned.
Snack.
Snack. Oh, thank you. That's quite a snack. Apply and then Jai.